I'm so grossed out by my husband, and it's making me hate him to the core. So I want to do an update of the post that I did yesterday about the biohazard mucus husband. And this post it could be quite triggering. So I'm just putting this out there that because after I did a little bit more digging, I see that this situation is just terrible. It might be quite triggering, but I'm going to give y'all an update and a little bit of background as to why this woman is accepting this behavior. She says, I'm such a shell of who I used to be. I always wanted to be a mother, but the last 8 years have shown me that I'm clearly just not a good mom. I yell all the time. I don't yell mean things. I yell to be heard. 4 children all fighting and screaming at once about what someone else is doing or won't do, plus a newborn crying in the background. Most days I want to walk. This is the triggering part. Ideations of self-deletion. Most days I want to walk off the roof of my building or in front of a bus. I don't play with them. I'm on my phone all the time trying to ignore my racing thoughts. I'm not involved in their schooling because their dad made sure to make me feel unwelcome on that front. I really just hate myself. Why don't you ask for help? I just got a new therapist last month. She reported me to DHS. DHS deemed me guilty of child neglect, which is disgustingly hilarious if you read my post history, after one in home meeting and then closed the case and said they don't have any resources for assisting me. Why don't you just leave? I can't just leave. I don't know if I'll ever be free. I don't want to leave. I don't want to not be a mom. I want to be a good mom. I want my kids to remember me being a good mom. After I read some more of this situation, at first, when we were talking about the biohazard of a husband, we were like, ew, gross. How do you put up with that? And I'm still not sure, but this woman is struggling. She is very much struggling, and she doesn't see a way out of it. So this is where she is. And I don't even know what to do about this outside. I mean, because we're talking to us, we're not talking to her. She has no idea what to do or how to go about changing things. But I want y'all to understand that being a parent is challenging, and having way too many kids and you're not foundationally ready, you're not found financially ready, is even more stressful. And even if you want to be a good mom and you're stressed and you don't have shelter, you don't have food, money for food, you don't have the resources, you are not going to be as good of a mom as you wanted to be, even if you really, really wanted to be a mom. I know people do not like hearing things like not everybody should have a bunch of kids or you should wait until you can support these kids. I know people will be like, you just don't want poor people to have babies. But then what if you end up in a situation like this where you know you need to leave, but you can't leave? What about the children in that situation that have to grow up in a biohazard of a household with a mom that is yelling and stressed out? What about them? I know like people don't like to hear things like don't have kids unless you can support them, but think about it from the kids' perspective in growing up in that kind of chaos or dysfunction. Here's where the OP is explaining some of the things in the comments. She says, I grew up dirt poor and don't even have an open bank account in my name at the moment. The money is all his, is 100% his. His parents were lawyers and left him a trust fund when they died. And they also have a bunch of money in random accounts that my husband is still working on finding and collecting. He has a settlement of about $120,000 due to hit his account by the end of June. I am not entitled to any of that money. I've never been entitled to any of his money. He made sure I knew that. Then he turns around and tells me all the time that he's just going to give me money when he gets it so we can split up and just be done. But I just have no faith in that actually happening. There's no way he will just let us go our separate ways. If I'm being honest, my plan is very backwards and not what most people think I should do. But I've been told by a DV advocate that is probably the smartest thing I can do. I'm focusing on myself and my reactions and emotions Yes, the house is filthy because of him, but I can't let that be a reason that I explode. So I'll clean it up. I make him a nice dinner with whatever we have laying around, and I won't let myself get angry at things that normally make me angry. I have to pretend, and I have to get very good at it. Venting on here helps me a lot. I need him to think that I've let it go. I won't ever be able to afford a better lawyer than he can unless I literally won the lottery. I won't ever win against him in court because of what he has against me, regardless of what I have against him. And my kids need money spent on them. They deserve to be in soccer and ballet and art classes, not watching their parents blow all their money on fighting each other in court. They know their dad is kind of gross sometimes, but they love him and have a connection with him that I don't have anymore because I was forced out of their lives for 8 months when they were so little. As they grow, they will see that I'm the one trying to instill healthy habits in them while their father stuffs half eaten burritos into the couch cushions and walks around smelling like a bag of dirty underwear. So that is what she had to say. This is the reason why I said it was bigger than the mucus and not trying to get away. She doesn't have the money. He has the money. And she has all these kids and is basically just stuck. Okay, so I will leave it there. You guys jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. If it illuminated anything, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and share. Y'all, so I was tagged in this thesis of a Reddit post. And the woman who tagged me, I wasn't sure what she wanted me to see because it took so long to get to the point that this man wanted to make. And I think I'm going to read the whole thing because y'all need to see what I saw. You guys are probably going to be looking at me like WTF. So this is in the relationship advice subreddit. He says, thought we built a perfect relationship. What the F? So he's 31 and his wife is 37. He says, my wife of 10 years, 12 years together, out of the blue decided she wasn't in love anymore and wants to YOLO it. She is moving out next month. We have a 3-year-old boy. Where to go from here? What am I overlooking? Background. We are in the U.S., MCOL, major East Coast city. We own a house and car. Income is jointly 200,000, split more or less equally. Expenses are divided equally. We both have master's degrees. Political and ethical values are almost exactly aligned across all subjects. We have a normal social circle, somewhat diminished by COVID, with regular interactions, weekly brunches, sports watching, games night, etc. I'm on great terms with her family. Her mother and brother visit 3 to 4 times a year and stay with us. My parents visit 5 to 6 times a year and stay with us as well. As far as I can tell, she is on good terms with them as well. Both of our parents and relatives are extremely supportive and friendly. Life has been basically easy mode for the last 5 years, which is, ironically, one of her complaints. We are just coasting. We are doing great financially, maxing out 401k, saving for our kids' education. We are both calm and rational. Fight frequency is around 3 times per year and manifests itself as us just taking time and space apart for a few days, and everything goes back to normal. There's no yelling or physical violence or any discomfort. It's a more of a I need some space to myself right now. Last month, my wife announced she is leaving next month. This came as a complete shock to me. At first, I thought it was a joke, then an attempt to get me to do something, then the realization that she was serious. I have attempted everything I can think of to find an avenue of moving forward together, but all has fallen on deaf ears. I offered counseling, taking time apart, seeing other people romantically, a period of focusing on treating each other with special care and affection, etc. Everything has been dismissed without any thought. Furthermore, I'm not getting a further explanation than I'm not in love anymore. Okay, now, admittedly, the intensity of the romantic feelings have declined, but I thought this was just the natural cycle of being married. Intense romantic attraction over time transforms into something more stable with age. A form of love where companionship, friendship, non physical affection take an increasingly more prominent role as the relationship ages. And I was okay with that. See what I'm talking about? He's adding so much fluff to this. Until recently, we had a healthy nookie life about 10 times per week. I find her attractive. And it came as a complete shock when she announced, seemingly out of nowhere, that she wasn't attracted to me anymore. We had disagreements in the past about frequency and settled on 2.5 hours per week whenever possible of sexy time devoted entirely to us. At some point, she started making jokes about how my drive is supposed to slow down at this point, and maybe I should find a younger woman to satisfy me. I thought this was just playful banter. It is my personal belief that a good relationship is based on quality of the experiences people have together. Earlier in the relationship, we traveled all across the world, taking a month of vacation per year to exotic places. We ran marathons together, played video games together, cooked together, did yoga together, etc. The nature of our experiences together was always overwhelmingly positive. When we decided to have kids, we came to an agreement that we'd stay together no matter what until they were 18. This is part of the reason I feel betrayed now. I realize it's a stupid thing to agree to, but it made sense at the time. Since she got pregnant, everything changed. Our relationship just did not take priority and it fell out of the top 10. Now we're starting to get to the root of the problem, y'all. Work, childcare, her personal hobbies, her extended family all of a sudden became more important. I was cognizant of this change and tried to implement special time for us alone together, but it was met with lukewarm responses at best. She was dragging her feet on everything, making it seem that usual things like attending a friend's wedding was all of a sudden a great favor she was doing for everyone. Keep in mind, she just had a kid. I tried my best to suggest things for us to do together, but increasingly got rejected more and more. Fine. I thought this was just a phase. We'll tough it out and recapture the magic as our kid gets older. I should say, listen, I should say that she has been acting depressed, not enjoying life, complaining about work more and more. One complaint that she's had since our kid was born was lack of support in childcare. In the first 2 years, our child preferred the company of his mother. I thought this was normal and understandable. We tried multiple times for me to give him baths, get him dressed, but he would always start crying and ask for his mother. Since he became 3, he increasingly wants to spend time with me more and more. So while asking for more help, my wife refused offers for me to make school lunches, get him dressed for school, and walk him to school and back. I'm lost on how to proceed. Goal number 1, discover and work towards a future in which we stay together as a family. Goal number 2, if goal number 1 is not possible, work towards the best possible future for our kid. Did y'all see how many words that I had to read out loud for us to get to the real problem? All of that. And then we get down to the very bottom, like right here where my face is, to the very bottom. One complete complaint she's had since our kid was born was lack of support in childcare. So she's tired from work, she's overwhelmed, she's asking for support. And he said, in the first 2 years, our child preferred the company of his mother. I thought this was normal and understandable. We tried multiple times for me to give him baths and get him dressed, but he would always start crying and ask for his mother. So she is overwhelmed. She's stressed. She's not getting help. She's asked for 2 years, and he's tried a few times to give him a bath and get him dressed. And then it's just like he just prefers the mother. And this dude is acting like he has to type up all of these words to try to make himself look better. And as I was reading, I was like, what is he trying to hide in all of these words? And that was it. He buried the lead so far down. Woman Thorne says she checked out mentally a long time ago. Absolutely. She asked for help. She asked for help. And she's like, F it, I'm done. Puzzle-headed Gas says, came to ask if there was something years before that she nagged him about, but is now over. This smacks of she tried and tried, but gave up. And when she gave up, he mistook it for things going smoothly because she wasn't nagging him. So now he's shocked. She wants to end the relationship. And then Woman Thorned again says, yeah, I'm always skeptical when one person says he had no idea. And then even within their main post, the only thing they had no idea about was that someday the person would give them consequences. So this person says, yep, it gives the leaving woman a strong sense of purpose and strength. She knows she is done. She doesn't tell her partner because her experience is that he'll throw a fit and won't change. So she gets her job situation in a particular place, stays while the baby gets old enough to really enjoy preschool and daycare, susses out the apartment or housing market, and signs a lease. Some of us do not give a month's notice. This is where I want to leave it because sometimes you ask for help. I need help with this. I need you to do this. This is your portion. I am stressed. I need some sleep, whatever. And then after a while of not getting the appropriate support, then it's just like, okay, he's not listening. So let's line up things. She said that she ain't doing this for the rest of her life. She's gone. And there's nothing he can do, no words that's going to make her stay. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think about this one. Jump in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So this screenshot was cross-posted in the BurbNBougie subreddit. And I'm glad that she took the screenshot because the post is now gone. I just want to say to ladies, the ladies that do not have kids, do not mess with these men with kids because they just need a surrogate mother because they do not want to fulfill all of these roles. We're about to get into this. It's a short post, but a lot of the stuff comes out in the comments. So they're both 30, and this is her boyfriend. My boyfriend expects me to take 50% responsibility for his kids. What is right? Now, I'm new to this. I don't have kids of my own, and we haven't been together too long. I do everything a mother would do. I help him with everything regarding their care and normal day-to-day stuff. The only thing I struggle with is mornings. He expects me to get up when him and the kids get up, regardless of whether he needs help or not. I don't sleep in much longer than them, but I work long hours and I'm usually extremely tired, so I might get an extra half hour or 45 minutes. What is even normal with this? I honestly have no idea. This is not normal. This is your boyfriend. You do not have kids. You should not be doing this. This is his responsibility. Ladies need to stop doing this. Like I said, she deleted the post, and it looks like she was in the comments and she must have just deleted her whole profile because all of the comments are deleted. So this person is seizing on the part right here. He expects me to get up when him and the kids get up, regardless of whether he needs help or not. So Peak Penguins says to that, even if they were your kids, that would be weird to me. It's even weirder because they're not. I would tell him no, frankly. And Happier Than Usual says, I'm with you. Why the hell would we need to get up at the same time, even if they were mine? If you're the one responsible for them getting ready, and where are they going? And you know what? I don't like the bullying aspect of this all. Prior Lobster says, anytime my husband wakes up before me, he closes the door and intercepts the kids so I can sleep in. And they're my kids. OP, your boyfriend is an a-hole. Magpie Asaurus says, your boyfriend doesn't want a partner. He wants a mom for his kids. You say in a comment that you pay for everything. Girl, what are you doing? We know better than that. This doesn't sound like a rewarding partnership at all. And like I said, she deleted everything. So a lot of the rest of the story is coming out in the comments as other people are commenting on her commentary. Mammoth Historical says, another bang-maid acquisition. The crazy thing is, this is bigger than a bang-maid. This man really scored a goal with this one because he has a bang-maid, he has a nanny, and he has a sugar mama because she says, I mean, in the comments that are deleted, that she is paying these bills. So this man got a treasure when he found her, and he's definitely using her up. And this is a boyfriend. Why is she doing this? Squidge Squatch says, I hate and love the bang-maid label. It's horrible that it exists, but it's sadly an effing thing. Beach Banana says, it was so funny when I initially encountered it as a concept on an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But it's not funny at all when you come to this sub and see how many women are perfectly willing to become bang-maids. Some people add extra words, Mommy McBang Maid. According to her comments, she's a bang nanny. This person says, we really need to close the shop and stop men like him getting away with it. Sir, parent your kids. Leave single women alone. And that's the thing. If women keep jumping into this role and filling it, he has no reason to learn how to handle his kids on his own, learn how to be a provider on his own. And the fact that he scored someone that is willing to pay the bills is wild to me. Cultural Shape says, if you haven't been together all that long, why is he expecting you to already play mom? Most responsible parents won't even introduce their kids to the people they're dating for months. Sound like this guy's just dating to find a live-in babysitter he gets to F. And that's the thing. He's not obviously being a responsible parent. He needed somebody to fill the role because he is not parenting himself. Now, the person at the bottom says, I have read your comments. He has a sugar mama paying for his bills and now wants to take responsibility for his kids. Dump him, go ride your horse, and love on those poor cats. Ew, no. MZ Sense says, I suspect this is how my ex saw me. I don't even think he liked me. And then Silver Rip says, for real, it's kind of crazy how men will get into whole ass relationships with women they don't even like. It's mostly just homosexuals, I suppose. And then MZ replies with, he'd say all the right things, but his actions never matched up. The man couldn't stand me. I was just convenient for him, I suppose. Ladies, stop being convenient. Stop being convenient and stop letting people use you for your time, energy, and resources. Stop that. Let them hold their own nuts. Let the mom to wife pipeline dry up. All right, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.